Hi, my name is Alondra Ramirez. I'm a German Studies major with an International Global Studies minor, and I've been serving the Manchester community through Westwood Elementary School.
I was born in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, but I lived half of my life in Houston, Texas.
I would like to recap how it is that I got to be here in the first place.
15 years ago, I was a 6-year-old in Guadalajara, Mexico, helping my parents at their pizzeria with what I could, which was often delivering pizza or answering phone calls when the restaurant got busy. It was not long after, where due to a series of unfortunate events, major economic and emotional losses, that we had to immigrate to the United States. My dad made the first hard decision to leave my family and I behind and immigrate first to New York City when I had just turned 8 years old. He lived there for a year, worked really hard in various places, and even dreamed of opening up a restaurant. But with the huge language barrier, he never grew the strength and confidence to do so. I was 10 years old when we officially moved to Houston, Texas. No English, no house, and absolutely no prior knowledge of the disparities that the one of the so-called richest countries in the world had. All we knew and had was a small Honda Civic that my dad was able to buy from one of his friends, a small room that my aunt let us stay in, and of course we had each other. When I was enrolled into school here in the US, I was automatically placed in the ESL classes that were offered in my middle school. A Chinese teacher who did not speak any Spanish in a predominantly Black and Hispanic school was my ESL teacher.
Even though I couldn't communicate with her or anybody else, I got the chance to meet someone very special. Her name was Miss Uribe. She was a Spanish teacher at a school.
She decided to help me and mentor me, and stayed every single day after school to teach me English,
so that I could be prepared for everything that I was about to come across in this country, and of course, so that I could succeed.
It was because of her and her commitment that I was also introduced to YesPrep North Forest, a public charter school that is meant to help marginalized communities and its students to be prepared to go to college while also receive a quality education. YesPrep promotes saying yes to college, as well as having youth engaged in service. I felt smart, I felt like I had a purpose within my community, and I built the final goal of attending college. Fast forward to my senior year of high school, when we had to decide on what college or university to attend to. I chose to come to the University of the South because I wanted to feel and be different from the crowd instead of blending in. Not to mention that I was more than ready to look beyond Texas. My mindset was always to challenge myself in order to go beyond what my parents expected me to do, which is why I came to C'21 trying to fulfill my passion in physics and mathematics. I love doing math and physics because I love finding the solutions to problems. However, I knew, but did not want to accept, that was not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I began volunteering with the All God's Children program when Lauren Newman was the Canale for the site in the fall of 2017. Edgar Huerta approached me and asked me to translate a sentence in Spanish for him and Lauren. Instinctively, this interaction turned into a long journey of a volunteering experience my freshman year.
My house had just been recently hit by Hurricane Harvey, and the community had been helping me so much that I wanted to give back one way or another, and I did not know that was a hidden passion I had.
My sophomore year, I gave my site over 2,000%. I found my true passion of community engagement, and I love to bring the Ola community into all of my projects. We started 2 major annual fundraisers, a Christmas toy drive and a Valentine's goodie bag sale. Through those fruitful projects, I was able to help hundreds of children while also spreading awareness of the Latino community surrounding campus. I was energized by C'21 students' passion to help others, and I felt a deep connection as I was being the help that I needed when I was a 10-year-old, low-income immigrant and ESL student myself.
Not only was I helping these children, I was also helping their parents and other immigrant adults that did not know English. I built close connections and very genuine understanding and empathy for these families. Naturally, I wanted to tackle all of their needs, but I quickly came to realize that I can only do so much and that I should strive for one goal at a time. Let me not forget to mention that I did the Miami outreach trip where I also got the opportunity to work in a new setting with more immigrant communities and unprivileged communities. And I'm so happy that I got the privilege to do this as I got a new exposure to new realms that I did not know I could also help. My junior year, I continued giving so much effort to my sites. But I decided to go abroad and help myself academically and emotionally so that I could master my third language and fulfill my major in German. I traveled to Berlin, Germany, and unfortunately, the COVID-19 global pandemic snatched a lot of opportunities and life overall for each and every single one of us. My abroad experience ended up being only 3.5 weeks from what it was meant to be 7 months. This affected me a lot internally as I had sacrificed so much to go abroad, and it all went downhill. My need to give service was limited now because of the pandemic, but I found new ways of making that happen for myself and the children I was working with. As an ESL team, we recorded videos, did phone calls, recorded audios, and overall, we found new ways to connect with the Manchester community, even though it has been very difficult and different from what we are used to. Because I fell in love with this community so much, I am now planning to work as a Vista here in C'21, where we will create an entire new site to build a non-profit parent information center to help all immigrant families in the Coffee County community within the grounds of Westwood Elementary. Along my current site supervisor, Jennifer Ralston, and we will be opening up this organization to provide ESL classes on a daily basis, have translators available for the Coffee County School District, and hopefully serve legal aid to all immigrants that may need it. This will be a 3-year project that will start from zero and will serve the community in a very long term. I'm overly grateful for having found my passion for service while at the University of the South. None of this would have been possible without the help and support of a lot of people here. Lifelong friendships, lifelong mentors, and lifelong memories have helped me become the assertive and powerful person that I am today. I now know what it truly means to do capacity building, and I am certain that I will always make an impact wherever I decide to go, because I will always be the help and support that I wish I had.